You look scared. I'm sorry about that and all of this. I wish I could tell you it's gonna be alright. I really wish I could. Truth is, I have no control or say in the matter. You don't mind if I smoke, do you? You're here because of who your daddy is. It's not personal. But you figured that out by now. You're a clever little thing. We've been keeping tabs on you. Top of your class over at Columbia, bachelor's degree in criminal law. Just started interning at Watch Old Limpton Rosen and Katz. A lesser mind would call that ironic. Not saying I'm a prize, just saying. Irony is a personal favorite concept of mine, if you will. See, if we don't make it out of here, and you somehow survive, and your firm's the one ends up on the prosecution, well, that would be a step closer to irony. But I digress. Do you smoke? Shit, I have asthma and I smoke. So now, there's another thing. If smoking kills me, or my asthma, that's still not ironic. But I've had an attack, and on my way to the pharmacy to pick up that little puffer, I get run over by a truck delivering asthma medication. That is some good old juicy irony. You don't seem impressed with my inner poetic nature. I don't blame you. In your eyes, I'm the one doing this to you, keeping you from the safety of your home, your life, loved ones, love interests. You got somebody? We didn't dig that deep when we were looking into you. Anyway, I ain't got shit. Used to. I had about 3 good relationships in my life. Screwed up each and every last one of them. I don't know what it is. I guess I just grow a bit too familiar. Start taking shit for granted. Start getting upset over goofy things that don't matter. That ever happened to you? You ever let your ego just burn everything good in your life to a crisp? You want to be a lawyer. I'd start getting used to it. Anyway, let's get down to brass tacks. The situation is as follows. Nate's out there circling the drop-off point. As soon as your papa delivers the briefcase or bag or whatever he wants to put the money in, Nate makes the pickup, goes for a ride around town to make sure he loses any potential tails, makes his way back here, and we're gone. Call your pops, let them know where you are, and they'll be over here to get you in no time. Tears, hugs, all that fancy business. Does it sound like a plan to you? Good. And I apologize for the promiscuous nature of this whole setup. It's way too dramatic for my tastes. What a cliche too. Warehouse, masks, guns, blindfolded you. I'm starting to feel like a goddamn caricature. This whole charade, this isn't me. I must confess I am just not one for the theatrical. Maybe that's why those relationships never worked out. Maybe I wasn't dramatically charismatic enough, romantic, chivalrous, right? Nah, what am I saying? I've never been one for awkward silence. What kind of books do you like when you're not reading up on court cases? I used to read a whole lot. Lately seems I lost my thirst for adventure. I know that's funny under the circumstances. Last book I read was an unofficial biography on Tom Waits. Low Side of the Road. What a mean piece of work. I mean, just what an uncompromising genius son of a bitch. I wish I could be someone like that. Just the embodiment of infamy and unwavering integrity. Fun fact, I barely even heard a Tom Waits song until I read that book. I still knew who he was, though. That's saying a lot. I read that book when I was living in London. Her Majesty's United Kingdom. What a place. They consider me exotic with my American accent. I know, right? Used to live in an area called Kensal Green. Charming neighborhood. You could practically call it Immigrant Central. It was like walking through some weird intergalactic space station, like in the movies. Just people, all different race and background together. You couldn't go a block without hearing 5, 6 different languages. I was shacked up in a hostel, sharing a room with 7 other dudes, all trying to do the same thing as me, find a job, somehow make it all work. Everyone was real friendly. There was this sense of camaraderie and community. One of my favorite things to do was grab a coffee in the morning, hang outside for a smoke with everyone else, and it was just understood. If you had cigarettes, you shared. If you didn't, someone gave you one. I loved it. You non-smokers miss out on things like that. People would also share canned food if someone was needing. Others struck up deals with the hostel to clean rooms for free stay. I won't get into the nighttime activities because, well, you might be prosecuting my ass someday. I wouldn't want to provide you with any more arsenal than you already have. Super expensive place, though, London. I mean, you think this is criminal? Whew. You don't know criminal until you bought an Oyster card. I got real used to walking. When I finally found a job at a pub washing dishes and sort of preparing food too, I'd have to walk an hour and a half to get there and an hour and a half to get back. You'd think working a pub would be a cool job. Maybe it used to be, but now they're all, corporate owned. None of that ma and pa local shit. The kids behind the bar serving drinks look like a goddamn Benetton ad. No cash in hand either. All payment had to go through bank accounts, which is another nightmare I won't get into. Took me 3 weeks to get my first deposit. I almost had to sleep on a bench. Good luck opening a bank account as an immigrant in London. That's some straight up heaven smiling down on you miracle shit. You hungry at all? I'm keeping you fed. We're not bad people, We just... We need a break. No silver spoons for us. And at a certain point, you just get so tired of seeing the benefits you could be reaping if you only had the connections. That's all life is after a certain point. Just who's your dad? Who's your friend? Oh, here you go. Have all the money for the same job millions are more qualified for. Meritocracy is dead. So those of us who decide to take matters into our own hands, and a true visionary knows no bounds, no petty laws. Isn't that what everyone who's made it ever has done? Bend or broke the rules to get ahead? You think your father didn't step on people? You think you're not living a life of crime? You think because you package it and put a bow on it, calling it legal loopholes, that you're upstanding somehow? You're the same as me. Except your hostages can't pay their ransoms, so they lose everything. And no one bats an eye. No one cares. Well, I'm not gonna lose. You can think I'm scum all you want, but compared to what people like your papa do, I'm a saint. At least you get humane treatment and the chance to walk away from this. I'm getting myself all worked up, I'm sorry. I know you didn't choose your parents for Christ's sake. Had I been you, I would have rode that wave too. Who would say no to a life of privilege and leisure? I guess that makes me a hypocrite, doesn't it? Not really. That's the jungle we live in. Some get ahead playing the system, some get ahead biting chunks out of it. But we all gotta eat. I want you to know, if this all goes south, I like you. Really, I do. I hope you kill it with that internship and you get the job, and maybe you'll look back on this and change things. Maybe you won't. But hey, a little fear of God is character building. Car's here. Time to go nighty night again. Don't worry, this'll make you tingle and doze off without a care. It's been a pleasure.